Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here in person and on Facebook Live. I'm Edna Matsuoka, and Reverend Yasuhiro Yano will be conducting today's monthly memorial service. Please join us in prayer. Mediation prayer, page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Yano Sensei, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation of you with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Yami Konko Daijin Sama, Yami Konko Daijin Sama, Yami Konko Daijin Sama, Yami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parents. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and differences from past generations. But as the manner of living, reflect your divine will with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, the earth pass without end. In heaven and earth, the light that brings us all. In heaven and earth, the peace that brings us all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works. Let us pray that Chikai no Kami. Let us pray the divine current of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as a divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness, that suffer like alone misfortunes, greed, and sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but he held fast to faith and sincerity. Receive Kami's great blessing, and began a life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. A divine parent's great wish was fulfilled. Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation, and raised the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and leading out the coming of night. When I declare for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and heeding not the dawning of day. Though years pass and the world change, he did not waver from his task. The divine has brought mediation. Thus was forgiveness a great complete, and guiding principle of our daily life. The divine favor lasts continues, and blessings flow universally, establishing our eternal prosperity. The way of nation out of Konko Daijin. By its wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. So our hearts of this world, being a body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to come, without regard for day or night, whether we are or not. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. Fully unaware of divine favor, we offer sincere apologies and wishes to mend our ways. Let us give our prayers every day, seeking and rejoicing in our divine favor. Let us care for those in pain, invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost, when them terrible purpose. Can I fulfill and we are fulfilled coming. May this way of future fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for peace and well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, earnestly pray. Please by in prayer.
Today's meditation message, monthly Yano service. In the presence of Ikari Konko life, the life of Tenchi Kaino Kan. On behalf of Konko Mission Wahiwa, Yano Sensei, the following prayer. We are gathered here for monthly Yano service on this day, February 18, 2024. This service we seek to honor and extend our sincere gratitude for blessings we have enjoyed through the contribution of the world and demonstrate and pray for the spiritual fulfillment of the eternal spirit of the people who have ever guided this church. As Konko head minister, I feel honored to serve this local faith community for 47 years, along with my family and the support of the people in the faith community. After succeeding the late Reverend Anko Takahashi, we established this church at the branches of Konko Mission over 1940. We attribute all of our blessings through the presence of this church and the virtuous light of truth mediation. In the acceptance of the Konko office, we are being received the blessings from the time of our sisters and to our descendants. Receive blessings for living and even after we pass away. In memory and respect toward our deceased ministers, family members, and friends, we pray that the virtue of the life of the Kaino Kami, becoming Konko Daijin, enable and the spirit to be fulfilled and at peace. This year, we commemorate the 84 years of operation of this church in Washington. Thank you for any elements of blessings that made it possible for us to be able to appreciate the operation of the church this year. It has been possible through the divine guidance and support of all the people who have been connected to this church and the Mitama Spirit. We sincerely ask the life of Tenchi Kaino Kami, Gary Konko Daijin, and the Mitama Spirit to continue to support and guide us in pursuit of the Konko office. We continue to extend our prayers for places throughout the world that are experiencing hardships due to natural disasters, crime, poverty, famine, intolerance, and pollution. and ever happens. Dear Life for Tenchi Kaino Kami, please allow us to be a service to you in helping others. As utmost expression of thanks for the blessings we have been able to enjoy. Please let us help each other to guide people who live like in suffering. Through the virtue of the Life for Tenchi Kaino Kami, we carry Konko by you. We know to people that they can attain peace of mind. I pray that Western service become more end.
Now look as you please. Ido Haidi. Recitation of Tenchi Kakitsuke, page 6. Yami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Shinri Nerae Okagi wa waga kokoro inari Kongetsu no Shichi de Kamome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day we pray. Yami Konko Daijin Tenchi Kane no Kami Shiri Nerae Okagi wa waga kokoro inari Kongetsu no Shichi de Kamome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day we pray. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward our object and be living amidst such gifts of Kami's great giving. How happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Yami Konko Daijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami. We honor the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29.
仰ぎ祭れば天高く
仰ぎ祭れば天高く愚がみ祭れば地は厚し神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の本取りすぎ一人も隠る時のなく天地の神の恩は森と木近きの隔てなし神に尽くしみはよろずよにあまねくにちてあてしなくかん計らいはくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我 我ら今月今日やり祭りていたずらに神の御影をたたえますらん神の慰霊を仰ぎますらん喜怒哀楽喜怒哀楽Mitama Prayer, page 12. Spirit of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. Your lives will be told from generation to generation, honored as the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, enter the Konko faith. We'll walk the way of Konko Daijin, respecting the will of the divine Lord. We will masquerade never to your faith, to take into the world beyond, and live to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you to stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill our tasks as a people without faith. Protect us, guide us, and enrich us, that we may never betray your faith, that we can balance all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, and enrich us. Kido Kiri, please bow your heads in prayer.
Monthly rules on Saishi. Yami Dama speak for the founding minister of Konko. You are here, the late Reverend Hanko Takahashi, the Reverend Masataro and Miyazaki of Konko Church of Omani, the Reverend Masayuki Ekipi Kodama, Reverend Masayuki Yoshino of Konko Mission of Honor, the Reverend Hidejiro Etoshi Hosaka of Konko Church of Kawanushi, and the Mitama speak. The people who have ever been guided and corrected to the Konko Mission Wahira can depart in the month of February. トーマス、高橋の御霊の神、一郎矢野の御霊の神、エリス、藤尾、浜城の御霊の神、吉行、桃旅の御霊の神、海安代の御霊の神、ロエリン、王泉の御霊の神、一郎、王法の御霊の神、エリスタ、アンパランの御霊の神、ユーベ、千代子、岡の御霊の神、シエスキ、豊役の御霊の神、幸男、平本の御霊の神、 レベッカ、ジン、フランスの御霊の神、ローマ、テルコ、カツラの御霊の神、ロバート、ヨシカズ、ヒロさんの御霊の神、ベッティ、ロビエ、マイサカの御霊の神、ケイ、山本の御霊の神、一応、三宅の御霊の神、ジェリー、アン、高瀬、シェアの御霊の神、キヨエ、まさかの御霊の神。With deepest reverence, we gather here on this day, February 18, 2024, in the observance of the monthly glory service, in the renewed remembrance, honor, appreciation, and praise of you, who came before us and became the foundations of our blessed lives. On behalf of Konko Mission Wahiwa Yasugiyano, state the following prayer. Dear Dhamma speak, each of us has been born into this world to live through the grace and love of life of Tenchi Kainu Kan. From the moment of conception and throughout our life, we have been immersed in fully saturated with your blessings. One day, we will return to the spiritual form upon departing from our physical existence. Our founder Konko Light stated, those who are living between heaven and earth are blessed to Tenchi Kainu Kan. Even after death, we shall also receive the blessings of Tenchi Kainu Kan. Whether we are living or dead, we must remember that heaven and earth will be our home, and such Kongo line showed us that there is a blessed relationship in life and death. We must always remember that the blessings of life for Tenchi Kainu transcend time, space, and place, and this the founder Kongo line related. The light that the sun teleport is a divine blessing. The rain, the fall is a divine blessing as well. All humans are urged to live in the midst of divine blessings. People are born among divine blessings, live among divine blessings, and die among divine blessings. Through divine arrangements, you have been guided to the Konko office. Your diligence and sincerity in pursuit of the teaching of the Konko life enable you to understand and appreciate the ways of Konko Christ through the way of work of earthly mediation. We can be Konko life. We offer our humble respect and sincere gratitude for the work of the Mitama Spirit. With deepest appreciation, we have gathered here remembering the appreciation of your work and contributions to our lives in the past and present. Please accept the many offerings placed before you and sincere prayers of soul as tokens of our sincere thanks for your presence in our lives. We extend our prayers of thanks for your spiritual work as you help, guide, protect, and comfort in time of need. We extend our deep appreciation and heartfelt gratitude for leading us to appreciate the Operation Mission for the last 84 years. This could not be possible if it were not for you. We pray that through your virtue and Mitama Kami, the Konko Feast will pass on from generation to generation, and the true way of blessings on the feast will be realized by many. Thank you again. The whole unit.
Now, as you were pleased. 度入り、祖先三時 page 36。
イオンのおいやおは
我が家の神我神と心尽くして月祭らな心尽くして月祭らな尊き御親の神たちよ海の子のために家の柱を沈め立てたまいはすこのために世のなりわいを守り助けたまい隠り世の見えぬ境にましませども見美しみの御心は写し世に変わらせたまわず先御霊のまさき草木は得たまいくしみたまのくしみに恵みたまいて志は薪の柱の動きなくなりわいは結ぶつなめのゆるりなくま心清らに励み努めしめたまいうからやからやわらぎやいて日に天に浦安く楽しましめたまいついに写し世のことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまいみつくしみをこむやしめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるかしこみかたじけな耳よやの恵みのおぼろげならぬうれしみ喜びもつことをみ心も涼やかにきこしめしたまえと申すあなくしびのみよやのみかあなくしびのみよやのみかあなとのみよやの神あなとのみよやの神一度入れ Good morning. Let us read page 73 together, the Konko Faith Our Creed. The Konko Faith Our Creed. We believe in Tenshi Kanemokami, the divine parent of the universe, our founder Konko Daijin, embraced common revelations, and as divine mediator, answer the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami, Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts, hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami, today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service, honoring each other and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We are those who have gone before us, spirits wandering Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity towards spiritual fulfillment. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today in celebration of our monthly memorial service where we honor and appreciate all the people who have come before us and remember them, remember their kindness, what they taught us, what they passed down to us, and just a day to remember them. Actually, we should be remembering them on a daily basis, but especially on the month they passed away, let us hold especially more stronger thoughts. I think it's important to them and continue to remember the people who passed away. And in doing so, we can maintain their immortality. I believe we die twice in our lives. Once we die physically, and the next we die completely when there's no one there to remember us after we die. Let's continue to remember people who passed away. Today I would like to talk about an incident which happened a few days ago. This past Friday. I wasn't here to see, but apparently around 8:20ish in the morning on Friday, a homeless woman came into the church. And my parents thought it was just me coming into the church. I usually don't come into the front door for the church. So they didn't come out to hear my right away. So it was a good 10 minutes of unattended roaming in the I guess she was scavenging things and looking to see what she can take and things. And right before she was about to leave is when my Yano Sensei came out over here, and he was surprised to see a lady just taking things out of drawers and things like that. So he was like, wait, what are you doing? What is your name? And then she just ran out the door and just ran away. And my parents later told me this when I arrived around 9:30, because I usually come in the morning, but they thought it was me, right? And I was like, whoa, that's kind of scary. And I was like, no matter who it is, I mean, when that doorbell rings, please make sure to come out here, because it might not be me. And so you have to be a little bit more careful next time. This is the third time that same lady has come by, actually. Last year she came twice. The second time maybe she brought her friend. But this is the third time. And, the more she comes, she'll realize that, hey, this church is easy to come into, because we leave the door open all the time. And so when my daddy, I guess that morning, he was checking to see his bank statement online. And to do that, you need a verification on the phone. So my dad was trying to look for his phone. And he said, my phone is missing. I was like, no way! What? And I said, where did you put your phone? Where did you leave it? He said he left it on the desk right here, but okay, guy. I said, don't ever leave your valuables there. It's easy to take, So it looked like she obviously took the phone on her way out. And I was like, oh, Mom, I was panicking because a lot of accounts are attached to that phone. But then there's a PIN code to get into the phone, so it's not easy to get in. So, whoever picks up the phone will be like, yes, I found. It's like equivalent to finding a wallet nowadays, because people don't carry their wallets anymore. They carry their cell phones, because everything's attached to it. So I was like, oh my God, that phone's never going to come back. So I called the phone. And then it's really weird, because when I called the phone, coincidentally, I hear a phone ring, like ding, 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 and that's the same ringtone as my dad's phone. So I was like, Oto-san, it's somewhere in the house, because I can hear it. But he's like looking everywhere, and he can't find it. And then it just stopped ringing. So my mom was like, call it again, and I called it again. And this time I didn't hear it ringing. So maybe it was coincidentally someone else's phone was ringing at the exact same time. And then the second time, a man's voice came out, and he said, hello? And I was like, you realize you have a phone that was taken, right? And he said, oh, I found it. I was like, yeah, where did you find this phone? And he said, I found it along California Avenue, on the ground. And I was like, where are you right now? And he's like, I'm at Wendy's. I said, can you please stay there? Because we really need that phone back. He said, okay, yeah, I'll stay there. I'll stay here. I was like, okay, please, don't run away. Please stay where you are at. And right away, me and Yano Sensei, we went to the Wahio Wendy's. And there was this young man around mid-30s. He had my dad's phone. And I guess he was the guy who just picked it up. He was not the one that stole it. And he returned it to us. And it blew my mind, because I was like, in this day and age, there's actually somebody who's honest enough to bring it back. I mean, to return it to me. And he wasn't like demanding money back. Like money is like, okay, no, I'm not gonna give you the phone, I'm gonna give you money or something. So I happened to have some money in, so I gave him a tip. I think I appreciate you being honest with me. So he was happy. And I think basically this lady came into the church and she stole her phone, and he was surprised. But the glass protector was broken, it was cracked, but that's no big deal. We could just replace it. I had another replacement for that. And the phone case was missing. So it doesn't look like my dad's phone anymore. But I put in the passcode, because I know his passcode, and indeed, it was my dad's phone. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we had it back, and I was so thankful. And we returned back to the church, and I was like, I was trying to replace the cracked cover, the protector, My mom said, do cooking at first. I said, oh yeah. I said, I gotta be thankful to Kami-sama first. Because really, in this day and age, it's really hard for people to be honest. And it makes you wonder, like, wow, what's so hard to be honest? But it is really hard, I guess, for people nowadays to be honest. And it reminds me of this sermon that I was listening to a few days ago. Reverend Yoki Sekiguchi. He had a sermon in Japanese though on YouTube. He was delivering a sermon at the Konko Church of Yao for the Gotaisai, the grand ceremony. And he's a young man, 32 years old, and we actually saw him a few days ago. He came to visit from Japan with his mother because we're hoping that next year he'll be able to come back to Hawaii to take over the Konko Church of Hilo. And they desperately need a successor. So we're really grateful that he's bilingual, he can speak English also. And he has American citizenship. So it's amazing. And the way he got initiated into Konkokyo, he was completely a stranger to Konko. He didn't even know about Konkokyo. But because of Reverend Kunito K, who happened to be working in Hilo, in the Big Island at the time, was able to influence this young man enough where he actually went to Gakuin for a whole year and became an ordained minister. Anyways, he talks about in his sermon how important it is to let white snow fall, or are you going to let black snow fall in your life? And he says it's basically easy. If you think that you're doing the right thing, or you do the right things, then white snow will fall. And white snow is really beautiful. Imagine a field, he said. Imagine a field of all white snow. And when you do good deeds, even if they're hard sometimes, you do good deeds, white snow will fall. But you do bad deeds, and you know that is bad, but you do it anyways, then the black snow is going to fall. And he said, now imagine a field with just all black snow. And I was like, oh man, that's kind of creepy. That's really creepy if you think about it. So he says to go about your daily life, doing things, speaking things, which will make the white snow fall instead. And it was kind of like this, where that young man who he gave back the phone. And I know it was hard because, people would want to keep things that they find. But he honestly returned it to us. And at that moment, I remember that sermon. He said, oh man, that dude, he let the white snow fall. And by doing that, you're going to build virtue. Virtue is something that builds. It doesn't build overnight. It builds with these small acts of kindness, generosity, honesty, it builds. It's tsumoru, it's called tsumoru. Tokuzumi means, toku is virtue. Tsumu means to accumulate. Toku or virtue accumulates, just like snow. So in our daily lives, it's important to do actions that accumulate virtue in your daily life. Because Yoki Sensei, Reverend Yoki Sekiguchi, he talked about in his sermon how in his young age, in his teens especially, was the worst times in his life, and he was just tumbling down the rabbit hole of negativity, and his life was in shambles, basically. And through encountering Kunito Sensei, encountering the Konko faith, he realized that, hey, all this time, I have been letting the black snow fall on my field. And when he realized that, he was like, oh my goodness, I gotta change. I gotta change my life right now. So he's really thankful to Kunito Sensei, who taught him the faith, and for him to realize that, hey, I need to let the white snow fall instead. And through Toitsuki mediation, coming to church and giving all his spiritual burden to Sensei, he felt this weight lifted off his shoulders. And instead of the black snow falling, he started to slowly see the white snow starting to fall. And his life has significantly improved for him. And so a few days ago, me, my mom, and my dad and Clayton, we were able to go to his welcome party with the mom. I posted a picture on Facebook, but I asked the mom, I said, what went through your mind when your son said he wants to become a Konko minister, you know, and the Konko Kyo not that widely known in Japan, and she didn't know about Konko Kyo either. I was like, didn't you think he was crazy? And then she says, no. She said, because he's originally crazy. So she said, his craziness calmed down through the Konko faith. He became a better man through this faith. So I am rest assured that this is a right path for him. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I hope one day he can actually come here in person and tell of his story of his initiation to the Konko Kyo. It's very inspiring. Yeah. So we have really high hope for him, and I pray that Kami-sama will continue to guide him into his faith life, because he's still learning the faith. It takes a long time to begin to. I'm still learning the faith too. So Anthony, I continue to pray for him. Thank you very much. I want to share that with you.
Thank you for today's service. As Edna Sensei mentioned, we have an accident.
Incident.
It's kind of lesson in disguise. After the incident, I tried to be more careful about security of this place. Actually, we get a new car. She posted a reminder. 車のドアを閉めなさい。
Lock
the door. At the elevator, in the bathroom, the doors and so on. So always remind, oh, I have this
lock.
So the same thing happened to us, to the entrance of the church. Always lock the door. So from 2 days ago, I tried not to open. But this maybe could be against the basic policy of the Konko. The founder tried not to shut down, not close the door. He always kept the door open. So anybody could enter the church. But for the security of us, we'll try to follow the rule of lock the door would be much better. But this is actually blessing in Jesus Christ. If I had income much bigger history, such intruder into the church and taken away some valuable from church. So nothing was still actually it can be. It could be divine blessing. It could be more secure, aware of the security of the place. Anyway, I will share one message. The founder had a conversation with one of the disciples. You shouldn't cry, feel, grieve, or say bad things in front of someone who has died. It will agonize his Mitama spirit. Praise him instead. Then his spirit rests in peace. Who attended the 23rd year glory service, cellphone for the victims of 9 people on board the officially trained boat Ehime Bar. Took place 23 years ago, just off the Pearl Harbor on February 9, 2021. One of the family members' parents attended the ceremony from Japan. Also, delegates from the Ehime Prefecture, Wajima City, also, so many people showed up. One missing person was the child of that couple. His father shared his thought with the governor of Ehime, Mr. Nakamura Tokihiro. And governor shared his thought with this conversation with one of the parents. The governor introduced the episode with the father who stated, "What would be like if my son were alive?" It is one. He would have become an ojisan, or not an ojisan, that refer to a man of maturity. This is the short story shared with the audience about this ceremony. He showed the same episode at the ceremony celebration of the 20th year of sister relationship with Ehime and Hawaii. So this short conversation actually moved the government, and I remember this episode being shared with us. The boy was about the same age of Edna, 2 years younger. I cannot imagine how sad the parents who lost their loved son. But when I think of the person who passed away, after 23 years, maybe Vidama-sama of the deceased may be responding to thank you to the people who respect them, who appreciate the presence of their life, their presence in their life. It's not just maybe the soul of the Mitama spirit, Mitama-sama may be extending their appreciation, their thank you for the people who extend their thoughts, their prayers. This is I think about the incident Actually, after we revived Ehime Genji Kai about 10 years ago, I tried to keep the name of the 9 people in my prayer book. And every day, every night, I recite the name of those people. And we try to remember, along with many other church members. In doing so, it may not I'm not sure it may not affect the people who keep on living, and that's Midama speed. But I just can't help but keep remembering. And I believe they are responding to extend those praise. So holding Midama Matsuri like today is not very meaningful. Which now are thoughts to Midama-san also, and Midama-san may be responding to us. This is the meaning of Midama Matsuri, the new exercise. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much.
高大人天地金の神神如来おかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Sincerely with all your heart we want you to come grateful and caring in harmony and joy look to count me always now and forever on this very day pray 大人天地金の神神如来おかげは我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Sincerely with all your heart we want you to come Kami's blessings begin within hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy look to Kami always now and forever on this very day pray
Page 178. Actually, 179, 179, last paragraph of table 6.
Wait, I'll do it. On April 6, 1882, when Setsutane was still a baby, he caught a cold which became worse, suffering from a high fever and convulsions. As it had only been 6 months since Sakura Maru's passing, Konko Daijin worried and prayed. Kami reassured him not to worry since the fever would drop in the evening. That night, Setsutane continued to have convulsions, and when Tose went to attend to him, she found Ieyoshi and Kyo paralyzed with worry. Kono, Hagio, and Tsunejiro soon rushed over upon hearing about Setsutane. When Konko Daijin offered prayers, he was told not to worry, and by 8 o'clock in the morning, next morning, Setsutane will get better, so everyone should get some rest. Nevertheless, Kono and Setsutane had convulsions throughout the night. Oh, Kono said Setsutane had convulsions throughout the night. Konko Daijin prayed and asked Kono to call the village doctor, but he was unable to come because he had a cold. This situation led Saikichi Furukawa to get Dr. Tokuchi Takato from a neighboring village. At the same time, Tsunejiro went to inform the Abes about Setsutane's illness, whereupon Sanpei came to see about his grandson.
When the doctor arrived at 10 o'clock, Setsutane's condition had improved, but the doctor cautioned that Setsutane could still have some convulsions until the evening, so he gave some medicine. Setsutane had convulsions 6 times that night, so Konko Daijin prayed again. He was told the convulsions would end, and as Kami revealed, Setsutane felt better the next day, and he ate
Rice.
rice with fish and continued to improve throughout the day. On April 10, Kami revealed that Setsutane should regain his health by noon, but the recovery celebration should be postponed. His condition did improve, but his fever returned several days later. By April 18, he felt better and continued to improve and fully recovered by the end of the month.
Says throughout the entire episode, at least one family member continually stayed and looked after Setsutane. In fact, on March 22nd, Kami had revealed, Konko Daijin, pray for your children and grandchildren. Should they occasionally become ill, just pray for their recovery. No matter what happens, people can take care of it. Do not be surprised, no matter what happens. As long as the sun exists, do not worry. The divine parent of the universe is like a parent. If Kami no longer existed, the universe will become dark. Pray for the prosperity of all people for all generations. From then on, Konko Daijin prayed for the prosperity of all generations.
From November 28, 1883, 50 days after the passing of Konko Daijin, Ieyoshi accepted the responsibility of mediation with Kiyo in support, as Tosei had done for Konko Daijin. He relied on what Konko Daijin had written and read the Book of Revelations, and a few years later he would transcribe Konko Daijin's memoirs. All of these things would help him with his mediation at the worship hall. Ieyoshi commented on his role as mediator with, when I feel uncomfortable, I refer to what Konko Daijin wrote. I look forward to 60 years from now. 4 years after he began mediating, some believers expressed concern about his intense devotion. He responded to these concerns with, I do not do this alone. Every night for the past 3 years, Konko Daijin has appeared before me, as though he were alive, to help me pray for the believers who came to seek mediation. So even though I am a mere mortal, I am able to help others.
In 1888, Ieyoshi became the executive director of Shinto Konko Church. After serving 10 years at the worship hall on December 29, 1893, Ieyoshi, divine name Konko Shinjin, passed away. During those 10 years, many dedicated believers spread the Konko faith throughout Japan, from Hokkaido to the north to Kyushu in the south. Upon his passing, Setsutane, then only 13 years of age, succeeded him and began serving at the worship hall. Kono served the youngest daughter of Konko Daijin, was born on January 17, 1858. Her childhood years were not particularly different from other farming daughters of the time, participated in the duties of the house and field. Too stricken with illness like many others, and also had representatives to make the pilgrimage to State along with Tessa
interesting note regarding pilgrimage to Ise in 1873 related to the custom of returnees being greeted at the village entrance by a family member with a clean set of clothes. Konko Daiji was not to follow the tradition, and thus Kono and her brother were given a set of clean clothing upon their return. Kono apparently complained whether that she felt ashamed of her duty upon her return from the pilgrimage. Complaining may be an indication of what somehow noted as being overly pampered as a child. Overly pampered honor. She was early, caring, and responsible. It was Kono who stayed with her grandmother, Iwa, when she became ill in 1866, and it was Kono who first realized Iwa had passed away.
Thank you.
Next to Goldberg.
おはようございます。ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。Page 57、真珠の栄光からです。よろしくお願いいたします。違う歌を紹介してみてください。
in my heart. Still I know, even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a light that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads up high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When we're down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just know each day that I'm never on my own. Gives me strength and courage to try harder. Hold hands with my friends standing by my side. Swing arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads up high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。Please take care. 大の方。
いやりこんこがいしししはじの神しにのえ我や我が心にあり今節ともしてるのにPraise sincerely for your heart you are come sessions together in hearts grateful and heart joy come always now and forever with Jesus every day いやにこんこがいしししはじの神しのえ我や我が心にあり今節ともしてるのにPraise sincerely for your heart you are Countless blessings to be given with him. Hearts grateful and carry him heart and joy. Come always with him and forever the songs of the every day. Pray.
あ
ありがとうございました。
Hey, thank you for joining us today. Just an announcement. Next week, Sunday, regular Sunday service at 9 o'clock a.m. Please join us. After that, we will have a beginner's calligraphy class taught by Reiko Sensei. She'll teach us basic stroke skills, and we'll make like a postcard, a Year of the Dragon postcard using the calligraphy. So if you want to join us, yeah, please do. You'll start around 11 o'clock, maybe for an hour, and then we'll have yakitori lunch. Dozo! またね